Welcome to a brand new podcast. And again, this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. Just to let you know, also you can find us on Instagram, and you will see that in the description box below as well. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Greatness 19. Instagram is Evolution of London on Instagram, but it's like evolution dash of London. But you'll see it you will also see it on the description as well. And again, on YouTube, Greatness 19 channel, you'll find us on YouTube. Again, I always will say this, but thanks for the continued support. And let's keep supporting the machine. We're going to take this as far as we can. To the stratosphere, my children. Also, for shopping purposes, we have our baby shopping mall, I call it, evolutionoflondon.com. We have a wide variety of different products, accessories, household products, perfume, cologne, clothing, and furniture as well, tools. You'll see it, hair products as well. So it's a very vast amount of products. Pretty much close to 10,000 products for your enjoyment. For custom clothing and digital clothing, digital products and accessories as well. Our regional website is www.evolutionoflondon.org. So that's www.evolutionoflondon.org. O-R-G. So you can check out our custom clothing and digital products there. We have EBooks and software on that website. And also any messages you want to leave on any topics you want me to discuss. Email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. So that's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And that's actually for any sponsorship as well. If you want us to promote your brand on our platform. So, finally, WJA Accessories. We will have the link on the description box as well. You can contact Mr. Will if you need any fitness consulting. You can also email him as well. You'll see his information, once again, in the description box, his email address. williesfitness99@gmail.com. So you will see his information there as well. So I think I covered everything for the most part. But today's topic, we're going to talk about being in denial. being in denial. Sometimes, people, you gotta know when to let it go. A lot of times, people is in denial about their sexuality. In this day and time, there's a lot of bisexuals, trisexuals, and all different types of sexuals. Now, I know I'm being a little facetious here, but it is a fact that people sometimes don't know who they are. You have a lot of ladies that are bisexuals, but claiming that they straight, they heterosexual. I really don't understand that. Let's stop and analyze that. Why is a lot of ladies out here, because it seems like it's a growing number of bisexual women, or they call it someone called bi-curious. Are you a homosexual? Why just simplify it? If you're bisexual or bi-curious or tri-curious, you're just a homosexual. I know people want to put it in a little package, but if you're having sex with the question I'm asking, if you're having sex with the same gender, whether it's the same, let me say this again, whether you're switching sides back and forth, but once you cross that path and having sex with the same gender, wouldn't you just be classified as a homosexual? I know people, have their own pretty packages, having sex with, they have sex with the same gender, then they switch over and switch back and, cross over. This is not a basketball game. You're not dribbling basketball trying to cross over. You are who you are. Face it, just a homosexual. That's my perspective. It brings a lot of confusion in the world when you just back and forth. Again, that's just my opinion. You are who you are. That's how I look at it. Being in denial. Just look in the mirror, know who you are. Relationships. Before we even get to that applies to men too. Being a bisexual. Again, let's say you're married to a woman, but then you want to have sex with other men, but then you call yourself a straight man. That's confusion. You are who you are. You're homosexual. But, again, we put it or you say you're a homosexual, just want to have sex with other women. But, again, all right. You want to call yourself bi, whatever. I guess that makes you want to put it in the package. Nice, pretty package. I just look at it as you're a homosexual. That's it. One package. And if that's your truth, that's your truth. Stop being in denial. You are who you are. So, that's my tidbit about men being quote-unquote bisexuals. Next topic, relationships. Sometimes men and women, we have to know when it's over. being in denial. Sometimes that relationship just runs a little too long. You need to look in the mirror, men and women, and face it. That person is not for you no more. Some people it's just for a week. Some people it's for a day. Some people it's for a month. Some people it's for a season. Finally, some people it's just for the year. Stop being in denial. Know when it's over. Denial. That's something that we need as human beings to face. We need to really face the music about knowing when it's time to let it go. So that's my little briefing of relationships. We can get deep in terms of situations in the relationship. I know sometimes children is involved, so we have to really sometimes make certain conscious decisions. But again, you can't go on in life just living life in misery. Sometimes you have to know when it's over. Being in denial. So that's just, again, my little brief synopsis of it. And also, parenting. See, sometimes just because you're a woman, that don't make you a good parent. And a lot of times in society, we feel that because you're a mother, you're perfect and you know how automatically you can take care of children. Not all women is qualified. It's being in denial. Sometimes you got to know when you are not the one. Sometimes the man is the better parent in the relationship. That's fact. Stop being in denial. Because you have a lot of bad parents. And that's the reversal too. Because sometimes you have men that is not good parents neither. And you have to know when you can't do it anymore. Or you shouldn't do it at all. Being in denial. I think that's very important. Sometimes you got to know when it's over. Next thing I want to talk about is jobs. Working for a job, you just, because I know it's income, you need the money. It's very important. You caught in the same routine and you got used to the same routine. But sometimes this might apply to you. Sometimes you got to know when that job is not worth it. It's time to let it go. It's time to search and find a new job, if possible. You just have to know. Again, being in denial. Sometimes life is about taking chances. Scared people do not get fed. So you have to know, in terms of the job, to let it go, if possible. Again, you gotta use your senses. You gotta do everything in reason, of course, because again, you're trying to survive and make a living, so you can't make any rash decisions. But sometimes when you do have that opportunity, but you're scared, you have to know sometimes when it's time to let it go. Being in denial. So, something to think about, men and women. And again, sports. A lot of athletes is in denial. All my sports fans. A lot of athletes, try to play their sport a little bit too long. As you get older, your abilities is not as sharp as it used to be. And you should know when it's time to let it go. And a lot of people are in denial. But you have to let it go. And then finally, people in life. As you get older, you're not the same like you used to be. When you're young, you had more energy, more time, you can do a lot of things. You go to the club, you just wild out. But as you get older, you're supposed to get wiser. And a lot of older people are in denial. Can't do the same thing like you used to in your 20s or teens. You get in your mid-30s, 40s, 50s, pushing on 60. You still think you could still go to the club. You still think you can do things as the 20-year-olds. Being in denial. You have to know when to bow out. That's just part of the cycles of life. Part of the cycles of life. And there's nothing wrong with that. You grow. It's all about becoming a better person. You learn from experiences, trials and errors. We like the stock market. You're going to have your ups and downs. It's just part of life. But when you look in the mirror, you have to know. Stop being in denial. Know when it's over. Everything has an expiration date. It's part of the cycles of life. We all go through it. We all living on this planet Earth. And it's okay. We had our time. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror. Stop being in denial. It's all about one thing consistent in life is change. One thing consistent in life is change. And you have to adapt to the change. It's part of being human. Once again, thank you for listening to this podcast. Please pass the information throughout your personal social media. And again, if you want to make any donations, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Our PayPal account as well. And again, like I said, continue your support. We're on the major platforms and growing. Seek us out. Google us, the Oracle 19 Podcast. And that's Google, iTunes, Spotify, Apple. You'll find us again on social media. Just go and seek us, and you shall find. Once again, just think about those things as you continue on your journey. Because life is short. And with the blink of the eye, you from 0 to 20, then 30, then 40, then 60, and you know the rest. Thank you for listening.